Hi, this is Josh with Retro TV 1 Tech, and today I'm going to be installing Compact Flash in my Tandy 1000 TL2 computer. We hope you enjoyed the video. And if you're wondering what Compact Flash is, it's basically a modern storage device that can be compatible with this older computer with an adapter. So flash memory is installed in any modern device, from a cell phone to a digital camera to even modern what we call SSD solid state hard drives on computers. It's all flash memory, meaning that there's nothing mechanical, there's nothing magnetic that's turning around like old hard drives and old floppy disks used to have magnetic media inside, and the computer basically wrote magnetic information to the disk and then read it back when it needed to retrieve that information. So it was all magnetic, and that's why, it was very bad to have magnets around older computers. Modern computers use flash memory, and it basically works with electrons and things, and I'm not going to get into that, but it's much more complicated. It's also way faster. And it is something that I really wanted to put on this computer because it allows me to communicate with my modern PC by basically putting the compact flash card from the modern computer directly into the Tandy, and I can put it into the modern computer using this USB interface here. So that's pretty cool. This is the compact flash slot right here above. I believe that's an SD slot down on the bottom, but the compact flash slot down on the bottom. And I'll show you what the compact flash card looks like here in just a bit. But basically, we're going to be installing that device. We'll see if it works. It's actually kind of a complicated process to see if the computer will even accept this type of modern storage device, and then the adapter that goes with it to make it actually work with this computer. Sometimes those cause problems, so we'll see what happens. But either way, let's go ahead and get started and try it out. Alright, so the way that we're going to add compact flash to this system is with this. It is an XT IDE interface. Because XT machines like this Tandy 1000, it's like an IBM XT PC clone. It doesn't have the same IDE interface as a standard or more modern computer would that uses these compact flash cards. So here's the compact flash card that came with it. I got this whole setup from Blue Lava Systems on eBay, and I'll try and leave a link to it if the listing is still there. But this is a bootable compact flash card, and you can see it's only 64 megabytes. These old systems, if I leave it on DOS 3.3, it only will allow 32 megabytes in each partition, so that's 2 partitions on this one. One of the hardest things to do is to get these compact flash cards to be formatted correctly, and so I bought this one having this one already formatted, and then that way I can test to see if this interface actually works in my computer. You can see there are dip switches and things up there that we may need to change, but hopefully it will work in the default configuration. And then I can try a bigger card if I want to do that, but at least for now I know that this one should boot. I already checked it on my modern PC. There are DOS files on it for DOS 6, but we're not going to try and boot on this right now. So what this does is it creates an interface to plug in this card on the back of the PC, which is cool because then I can take the card back and forth to my modern PC anytime I want to put new games, software, or any kind of utilities on the system. All I have to do is put this in my modern compact flash reader that's on my Windows 10 PC, which is really cool. So it's basically like adding modern technology to this almost 40-year-old computer, which is really cool. There's also a regular IDE 40-pin port back there if you want to attach another hard drive that takes that. So this card is basically going to install in one of these 8-bit ISA slots right here next to the modem. So here's the modem right here, and of course we can't use that anymore. I don't have a phone line anymore, but we've got these 3 open slots here, and I'll probably install it in this one so that I'm not right on the end, but I'm not right next to the modem. I'm leaving the modem in just because it does fill a hole here, and there's less dust that can enter in the back of the computer. But also, I guess I could technically take it out now that I'll have an extra cover back there. So I'll be removing one of those covers, putting that into the 8-bit slot, and then we'll boot it up while it's still open to see if it works. Luckily, our hard drive still works here. This is the Seagate 40 megabyte hard drive that came with the computer, and when I had one as a kid growing up, it also had this same exact 40 megabyte hard drive. And it looks like the interfaces are the same, but they actually don't read data the same way, which is why you can't just plug a compact flash card directly into one of these older IDE ports like this. Alright, we're going to get this installed. There we go. Always want to be really careful not to lose those screws, because any little tiny screws inside of a computer case can be really bad. Can short things out, or anything could happen, so we want to be really careful about that. Now, we're going to install the card down here in this card slot that's probably never ever been used before. So it's going to be a little tight, but we will get it in there and get it working. There it goes. You do have to put a little force behind that, but it will go in there eventually. There. That's the way. That's that nice little snap I like to hear. A little scary, but it goes in and it is contacting all the pins and it's fully seated. And now, brings back memories of installing like an old ad-lib card or something, or an old modem in the computer. I've actually done this before, it's just been a while. But the first time I did it, I thought I was going to break the computer because you had to push so hard to get it to go in. So, all right, that is installed. I'm going to go ahead and plug the computer back in, put this compact flash card in the back, and we'll give it a try and see if it'll boot. So here you can see on the back of the computer that the card is installed, and it just sticks out the back a little bit right there next to the modem. So no big deal, but I can easily remove and reinsert it when I want to trade data back and forth between this and the modern computer. All right, here we go, moment of truth. Let's see if it boots up. It should show an additional screen when the computer comes up as the BIOS for the compact flash interface comes up. So let's see what happens. Okay, first it'll show the RAM check here. Ah, there we go. Look at that. That's pretty cool. So it does work. Wow. Look at that. It just worked. So I wonder what drive letter it gave it. It did have a little boot menu there, which was cool. I'll have to reset it and then check that out. But everything booted as normal. So it looked like that actually worked. As opposed to my recent memory upgrade that I did today. I'll post that as a separate video, but for right now that's on hold because the memory didn't work. So we'll see when that'll be posted, or we may post that as a part 2. Alright, so let's see what drives we have here. So I know we have the D drive, which should be the ROM. Yep, that's ROM memory. We have the E drive, which is the other partition on the hard drive. I wonder if we now have an F drive as well. Oh, interesting. Maybe a G drive? Okay. I wonder if it took over B drive. Nope, B drive is still the floppy. So it's in there, but it's not reading it as a disk, probably because it's got MS-DOS 6 on it. So that's interesting. Here, let me get out of that real quick. Wonder if I can boot from it. Let me reset here real quick. So the card has MS-DOS 6 on it, and I just want to see what it says here. Let's see if there's a way to boot. We want to do maybe F6. Oh, I couldn't see what it said here. Hard drive C, COM-D. Okay. So let's try F6 then next time and see what happens. Well, that is working though. It's just not reading the compact flash card right now. It is telling me that, okay, it is telling me that there is a compact flash card in there. It's just not booting it right now. I wonder if we just go into F-disk and see what happens, see if it shows it on F-disk. Alright, let's see. Let's display partition information. So it only shows one fixed disk on the system. Interesting. Okay. Oh, select next fixed disk drive. I can't talk. Ah, so there are two. Let's display partition information. Non-DOS. Okay, that's interesting. I wonder if, because it's reading it, I wonder if it will do anything with it. What if we create DOS partition on it? Okay, so let me try something real quick. We are going to select next fixed disk. We're going to display partition information. Yep, that's the one. Okay, see it says non-DOS, so that's why I'm thinking if we create DOS partition like this, create primary DOS partition, maximum size, yes, no space. Oh, we have to delete it. Okay, we have to delete the DOS partition. So let's delete DOS partition, delete primary. We may have to delete the partitions on here already. I'm not sure. There's no way to, because there's no DOS partitions on here, so DOS can't delete it. I think that's part of the problem. So let me go clear it off on my modern computer using disk part. All right, I've got this plugged into my modern computer here, and you need to go to Command Prompt, and then you need to right-click and run as administrator. And then we're going to type in disk cart. Then we're going to type in list disk. Okay, so it is the one that is 61 megabytes. All right, select disk 4. All right, now we're going to say clean. I'm going to make sure we do this right because we don't want to clear any of our existing disks here. So yes, disk 4 is the correct one. So we're going to say clean. Interesting, it says access disk denied. That is weird. All right, well, I ran disk part again, and this time it said disk part succeeded in cleaning the disk. So let's try it now. All right, so I've got it back in the computer. We're going to try it one more time. Now, I have heard that you may need DOS 5.0 fdisk to make this work, but we're going to try it with this way just to see what happens. We can get a DOS 5 boot disk if we need to, but for now, let's just try it this way and see what happens. So still found the card Toshiba there, and everything's still booting correctly, so we should be able to fdisk it now. Alright, fdisk. There we go, and let us go to the next fixed disk. There we go. Let's see, let's display partition information. No partitions defined. Good. Okay. So let's create DOS partition. Create primary DOS partition. Yes. Let's see if it'll do it. The system will now restart. Alright, let's see what happens. And we've already got a boot disk. It's not like we just fdisked the main hard drive or something, so it should still boot just fine. But it does make us reboot when we do that. We may have to format it now. We'll see what happens. Okay. Let's see. D is the ROM. Oh, okay. So it's there. The compact flash is actually working. The problem is Deskmate, I think the ROM now is on drive E. Yes. All right. So Deskmate is on drive E, which is why it wouldn't load it, because it thought it was on drive D. F should be my other hard disk partition. Wow, look at that, it works. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. Let's see if I can copy a file to it. All right, so I may have to format it, but we'll just see. I'm not going to mess with it too much. Let me just copy something, a small file or something. Let me just copy. We'll just copy park.com to D. I mean, it doesn't matter. File creation error. Okay, so that means it's not formatted. That's fine. Format D. Okay, so we don't know anything about it. We don't even know how much space is here. We may have to fdisk to get the rest of the drive going, but wow, it's going pretty fast. That's pretty awesome. So I've actually got modern flash storage on this computer now. I mean, I know the compact flash has been around for a long time, but okay, there we go. Look at that. Just over, well, 32 megs. So now if I go to D, okay, it still says file not found, but we should be able to copy a file to it now. Yes! Oh my goodness! Look at that! It's there! Now it's going to look and see how much it's got free, so we should be able to create another partition on that disk so that we've got 2 partitions there. So it may change our ROM directory again a little bit here too, but let me see what autoexec.bat. I just may need to just change autoexec.bat. It says ddesk. Okay, so all I need to do is change that to E/desk, and it should go ahead and reboot here in a little while. And if I go to Deskmate from the D drive, it'll still load Deskmate just fine. Oh, I'm sorry. From the E drive, like I said, it'll still load Deskmate just fine. It just had a drive error. That is so cool. I've seen so many people online have so many issues getting that to work, and it just works just perfectly. I love that so much. Oh my goodness. All right, let's go ahead and see if we can fdisk and create one more partition here. We're going to go to the next fixed disk drive 2, display partition information. We have one partition. Okay, good. So we're going to go back we're going to create another one, and we're going to create an extended DOS partition. All right, maximum space is 466, so we're going to go to, yep, that. Extended DOS partition created. Sweet. Drive letters changed or added. Okay, perfect. So let us display partition information. Let's see if it did it. Yes. Okay, we may need to, the extended disk drive contains logical disk drives. Do you want to display logical drive information? F. Okay, good. So let's go back. All right. We're going to restart. It's going to go back to DOS, and that'll be fine. This is so exciting. I can't believe it works. Oh my goodness. So it's still going to show the bad commander file name here, and that's fine. But we should still have a D drive with the part command in there. Good. Let's see what's in E. E is the ROM. F is the extended hard drive. And G is not formatted yet. So let's try something really quick. Let's go to C. I kind of wish we could swap the drive letters around a little bit, but that's okay. We're going to copy park.com to, oh, we can't do that yet. Wait, let's format G. Alright, so yeah, G is the right one. I'm just double checking myself so I don't format the wrong disk here. And it should go up to about 500 cylinders, or 466 I think was the one. However that works. And then it should be done. That's pretty cool. So now I can just copy files back and forth between my main computer, my Windows 10 PC, and this computer literally anytime I want. That is so exciting. Okay, format complete. 30 megabytes. So yeah, you don't quite get all of the 64 megs, but you get quite a bit. So now we're going to copy park.com to G. One file copied. Oh my goodness. That is awesome. So one thing I really want to do is make an image of this hard drive on the compact flash so we're always backed up. So that's going to be really, really important to do that. And actually, I'm going to do that even before I move the computer. But first, the first thing I want to do is fix my my boot drive information and everything. So I'm going to go to, let's see, was it on E? Yeah, I'm going to go to DeskMate. Let's go to the text editor. There we go. Okay, so now I want to open a file. I'm going to open, let's see. Let's go back and we're just going to do star.star. No? Okay, we're just going to do bat. No, that's not what I said. There we go. On drive C. C/deskmate. There we go. Auto-exec bat. Okay, so I need to edit that. See, I don't have the edit command in here anymore. So all I have to do is edit that to E, and we should be okay here. So let's try that really quick. Save. All right. Exit. Exit. Yes. Okay, so now if I restart, it should go right to DeskMate. I don't know if there's a way to change the drive letters like I said, but hey, if it works, and that's all that really matters. Alright, now it should work. Yes! Okay, good. Alright, look at that! Oh my goodness, so it came up exactly the way it's supposed to. Everything's working. That is amazing. And I don't trust anything because earlier I was trying to upgrade RAM on this thing for a separate video. And I lost access to the hard drive for a while. So I don't trust anything. I'm going to copy the hard drive over to the compact flash before I move this computer back into its normal location. I'm just going to try disk copy C to G. I don't know if it'll do it or not, but we'll see what happens here. Okay. No. Let's try X copy. X copy C to G. Oh, it's doing it. Yay! Okay, that's right. Disk copy is for removable disk. That didn't work. Okay. Let's try it again. I think we have to do X copy C to G /S. I think that includes subdirectories. And let's try that. Let's see if that works. Okay. Ah, there we go. I think it's working. Yay. All right, so the cool thing is I will have a backup now of everything on this hard drive exactly as it was. So even if the compact flash drive ever dies, we should be good. So it's going, it has to read files as much RAM as what it has. Every once in a while it's got to reset and reread here, but I was really worried because this computer was in such great condition. All the files were in perfect condition, almost like it was new. You could tell it had been used by a real family, and so it's just really, really cool to be able to copy these files over to the compact flash and have them preserved no matter what happens. I hope this hard drive works for a long time, but here, I'll move the camera over here kind of slowly. You can see the hard drive here every once in a while. You can see the compact flash light flashing on and off, and then you can see the hard drive light, the green one there, that's flashing on and off. So the compact flash is the orange one in the back, and the hard drive is the green one in the front. But the hard drive probably won't last forever, and it's just really, really great to be able to copy all the files and have a backup here. And then I have a whole extra directory on this compact flash just to put files, games, whatever I want on it. So that's pretty cool. I've actually been thinking about this for a while, and I've read a lot of information about how to make this work. I've heard a lot of horror stories about people not being able to make this work, so I'm super excited that this works so well. Alright, so this is going to take a few minutes. We'll be back when it's finished. Alright, so after the file's finished copying, one thing I wanted to do as well is the main partition on the compact flash. I actually did another format because it only had the part command on it. And I used the switch /S to transfer the system. So there should be system files now on drive D, and yep, you've got command.com on there and the hidden files that will allow it to be bootable. So that's the good news, is that this drive should completely be bootable at this point. So yay. Alright, so I've got the extended partition copying over there now, and then I'll put it back together and this will be completed. Pretty cool. I've seen, like I said, a lot of people have trouble with this. Super excited that it actually worked. So, all right, one final closer look at the compact flash XT to IDE device installed right next to the modem, and we're going to close it up. I talked about this a little bit in the memory upgrade video that will be posted later, but since this one's being posted first, I'm going to remind everybody, when you are reinstalling the case on these machines, you have to be really careful with the buttons in the front. So you have to kind of work it on from the front. There we go. Get it a little ways on there, make sure all the buttons are lined up, and just keep sliding until it's all the way on there. Because if you don't do that, you can break something off, and that would be really, really bad. There it goes. Snaps right on there. Perfect. Computer is now back in its home, and let's turn it on one more time to make sure everything is still good. $640K of RAM, all good. Compact flash. Awesome. Well, there we go. Yay. I know it's a little dark right now, but that is working great. Alright everybody, well that's all for now for this video where I install compact flash in my Tandy 1000 TL2 computer. Glad it was successful. Again, was a little worried that it wouldn't work just because there's so much involved in that. The memory map and everything of the Tandy computers can be pretty complicated to see if it'll even accept the card at all. So I got lucky on that part and was able to diagnose and solve some of the problems as far as getting the actual card to read. So pretty cool. I got modern storage on a 35 or 40-year-old computer, which is pretty incredible and definitely extends the life of the computer past when the hard drive dies. As I said, later on there'll be a video of where I'm upgrading the RAM memory of the Tandy 1000 TL2. I was filming that earlier today, but it didn't work because I had some bad chips with that RAM batch that I bought. So that'll be something we do in a future video. But while I had the computer up, and I thought, you know what, we'll film this compact flash video and see if it actually works, and by golly, it did. I thought the RAM was going to be the easy part, but it turned out that the compact flash was the easy part. So you never know with these older computers, but that is what makes it kind of fun. It's the problem-solving aspect of it. to get it working. And sometimes it's frustrating, of course, but very rewarding when it works. So really cool there. And be looking out for that memory upgrade video, the RAM upgrade video. I may post it as a part 1 and then part 2 later on, so we'll see. But you'll know already that part 1 doesn't work, or maybe I'll just wait till I get new chips and post it all together. We'll see what happens. But either way, thanks for watching. I'll leave a link to the Blue Lava Systems Compact Flash XT to IDE adapter that I use to put this card in the computer. And if the seller still sells that on eBay, it definitely works really, really well and makes things a lot easier. There's a lot of different ones you can buy, but clearly this one works well in this system. So hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment. Definitely subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you next time. So for now, enjoy that tech and keep it retro.